Alright, let us finish the second game here. I believe this is the final part of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. And yeah, no, this is overly dramatic in my opinion. It's ridiculous to the point where I'm not like invested in the story. You know, like it's not like a good story. A good story has suspension of disbelief, where you think that it might be plausible, and you also like invest yourself into it because it's engaging, right? This tries too hard to be engaging, and so it's disengaging because like I don't believe any of this stuff. So there's no suspension of disbelief, which is a shame because like they're trying so hard, but it's backfiring. Anyway, March 23, 2:35 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? Aye, that is. It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. Why? Why would that happen? That doesn't make any sense. You see what I mean? Like, it's getting the exact wrong response from me. The parts that are supposed to be serious, I find ridiculous. And the parts that are supposed to be like slapstick ridiculous, I just find boring. So it's just not hitting it right? It's just forgery. The notes of forgery, guys. Nani? What do you mean, Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It is a fake! Alright. Order, Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? If this was not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Hold on. So the note details on guard's criminal and like scandalous stuff. Celeste killed herself, but Celeste didn't write the note. Juan wrote the note. Probably as a weapon against On Guard. But he would only have known this stuff because Celeste told him. Right, who else knew about what happened between Celeste and On Guard except for Celeste herself? And Matt On Guard, of course. Mr. Corrida! Well. It looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all. And maybe she didn't commit suicide. Maybe Juan killed her too. She never wrote anything about On Guard. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. Yeah, exactly, that's what I said last time. I said last time, it doesn't matter who wrote it. I said that. I said that last time. It's so obvious. Oh, come on, man. This is a clown fiesta. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. Yeah, exactly. That does sound very plausible. this theory that on guard had no idea the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. On guard didn't know the suicide note was fake. I don't remember what this is about. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Angad to not have known it was a fake. Yeah, because of the camera. I think camera? But no, but when did he fake it? Anyway, according to the prosecution, Angad saw everything all the time with all the cameras. I think it's the camera? What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Angad knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Angad would have known that the victim had forged the note. But why? Why is that necessarily true? It's not necessarily true, because even though you can spy on someone, are you seriously gonna spy on them 24 hours a day all the time? From all angles. It is possible that the guy forged the note without the spy seeing it. It's still possible. Unless like you have like a whole team of people taking shifts to spy on the guy all the time. Ack! It's not plausible. None of this is plausible. So then the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. I don't know. Maybe he knew. Maybe he didn't know. I don't know. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Angad's motives for murder was. It has suddenly disappeared into thin air. No, it hasn't. Even if it was a fake, even if the note itself was fake, the contents might have been true, and so therefore who wrote the note doesn't matter. Angad only needs to stop the contents of the note from being made public. Like, even a fake scandal can ruin a career, right? So it doesn't really matter if it's fake. Anyway, all of this is complete nonsense, is basically what I'm saying to you. But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Angad monitored Mr. Kroder 24 hours a day, that's what I said. I just said that. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Angad didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery in an unknown place? Gang. It's a clown show. Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Ha, as you figured. As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Angad's motives through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor! The prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh? Well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all. He's gonna call Matt Angad, and we're gonna destroy him together. Unusual? But what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder? That's impossible! Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? It's, Yes, go on, who is it? The man himself! Mr. Shelley the killer! You have to catch him first. I thought he was gonna call Matt on guard. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait! Shelly the Killer! You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He is coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. Have you found him yet? I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright. Yes? Is this alright with you? I don't know, do I have a choice here? Why do I get to say? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then, the prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness. Wait, how did you get him here? I thought he was running away with Maya. Your name and your occupation, please. He's on the radio. Okay, so now we get him. Okay, now we get him to reveal where he is, and then we can rescue Maya. I get it. Very good, sir. My name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm a professional assassin. Come on, dude. He's on the radio. How do you know it's him? I say, what is going on here? Your Honor, how can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. You just allowed it earlier. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. I said that. I just said that. I just said that. Witness! Please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelly the Killer. Oh, we're gonna hear Maya. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly the Killer. It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness! There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? It is as you say, I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. Gulp! Wait, he wants an acquittal. He wants an acquittal for Matt on guard. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream, yes, that's it, a bad dream. Shelly the Killer, what is he going to say? About my client. There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. Wait, the trust between a client and you? But your client doesn't trust you. Your client doesn't trust you. He puts cameras up to make sure you do your job. Why do you trust him if he doesn't trust you? And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Okay. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. No, I'm mocking you. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There is no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. I know what's coming next. There's something I must first state. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry, go on. Well, it appears this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about my situation. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. Wait. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. Hold on. Right. And that is why you're testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... Yes? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough! Please, no more! No, continue. Continue, the killer. So we have to show him that Maton Guard intends to break his trust. Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Oh, okay, he already is going to screw him, I see. The role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. This person tried to implicate another of the crime. This person tried to implicate someone else for the crime, is what they mean. What is another of the crime? In order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You! Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No. No, I didn't say anything. He's the judge, you can't kill the judge. The judge had better watch himself. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. Arg, that egomaniacal. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff, just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm down a little, it's important to try to understand his mindset. Yeah, no, we want to drag this out. The longer we drag this out, the easier it is for us to find him. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. Okay, I don't know why do we need to challenge him on anything, because he's just gonna keep talking. He just said that he's gonna keep talking. Oh, I need to. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name. Okay, I have to prove that I grasp the concept? Was running at the time of murder. Nothing is more important than the trust between a client. I mean, I'm gonna present the camera because I wanna like question why, if there's trust, then why is he watching you? Alright, that's not it. What does the game even want from me? I don't even know what the game wants from me. Nothing is more important than the trust between himself and the clients. I mean, there's the other thing, which is also the camera, the bear. No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the game wants me to say. That is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. It's my wish to grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. You want me to grasp that nothing is more important than the trust between you and the client. I mean, he has said before that the card is there to... I mean, let me just present this. No. I don't even know what the game wants me to prove. I don't know what this game wants me to prove. Oh, it's this again. It's this again. Oh no. You press a later statement and then you press an earlier statement. God, it's this again. No, come on, we already... No, this is a bad way to do it because it makes no sense. This is what I mean when I say like the suspension of disbelief is not there, because this is so gamey. And by gamey, I mean it's something that is part of the game, but which wouldn't make any sense outside of the game, right? It's like it's a gameplay thing that only makes sense within the logic of the game. You said that your client had already broken the rules, but he said it after this statement. You say in the future you say that your client had already broken the rules. Therefore, I don't know. You know what I mean. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person. I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. God damn it. This backwards thing. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? Why would you have to press it backwards? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent! It's so gamey. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. Okay, but why are we still here? Why do we not... Okay, now then, I do believe it's about time I revealed the name of my client, don't you agree? What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. Why? If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness! What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Juan Corrida himself. Adrian Andrews. Alright. What? Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. You believe an assassin? Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. Nani? This can't be! On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court. Mr. the Killer told him a different name, Matt on guard perhaps. I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. Gurk. Grr. You, Shelley the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. No, we're gonna turn this around. No, we're gonna turn this around and prove it's Matt on guard after all. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt on guard is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. No, we're not gonna... Wait. Aren't we gonna... Damn it, I thought we were gonna trick him into telling us where he is. What now? What's... With the way this is going, on guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right, the killer is lying. And on guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shady the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen everyone please, that testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note might have been a fake. But that man, Matt, he is the reason Celeste died. Yes, but he's not on trial for killing Celeste. He's not on trial for killing Celeste, Andrews. He's on trial for killing Juan. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. Yeah, but you are in his twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me, it was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. The Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button donning the Neko Samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted to revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reason to want them both dead. I know. Mr. Wright! You know the truth, tell them. Tell them the real story, who the real killer is. Tell them! Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Do I? But how do I prove it? Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Why'd you call her back if we've reached the end of the trial, dumbass? Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. Why didn't you call Adrian's in here if we've reached the end of the trial? It's only so Andrews can cry a little bit, for the sake of drama. I have to decide! Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Bayer? Or do I throw this chance away now and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Request the trial continue. Maya said that if we let Matt get away, she will never forgive us. So Maya can be hungry for a little longer.